Hi, everybody. It's Christmas Eve for me right now, and I actually came down with the flu, but I am taking this medication called Tamiflu, which I would highly recommend if you ever get the flu. If you take it within the first like 48 hours, it kills your symptoms incredibly quick. I started taking it yesterday morning, and it's 10 a.m. this morning, and I feel actually really good. I'm just nasally, but that doesn't really matter. So a lot of people have been asking me, hey, what are your thoughts on the Arks of Omen thing? With the new tournament pack and the stuff they've been unleashing. And well, first things first, gotta love that artwork. I forget the hell this guy's name is. What's like Valrosh? He's like a demon or like a demon prince mechanicus guy. I have no clue what the hell is going on with this person, but it looks cool. Anyway, this Arks of Omen thing might be the biggest shakeup that has been changing up besides like Armor of Contempt for a lot of the season stuff. And even if you're a casual 40k player, you might want to take a listen because it's actually quite big and it makes a much larger difference than I thought it would. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started, not lollygag too much. So basically, now there's this new thing called the Arks of Omen detachment, which is this large detachment thing. This basically means that before, when you had to take things like patrols, battalions, vanguards, and so on to fill up your detachments, that's basically all gone. And instead, all you need for your detachment that costs 0 CP, mind you, is 1 HQ, and then you can pick 3 of anything. It doesn't have to be troops, it can be it can be troops, but it doesn't have to be. It can be elites, fast attack, heavy support, or even lords of war if you feel like it. Now, that means, let's say you are an Eldar player and you want to run Baharath or whoever the hell, and then you just want to throw in 3 swooping hawks. Well, there you go. That costs you 0 CP. You're done. Everything past that, all of this in gray, this is all extra stuff you can take. So if you wanted to take 3 troops and then 9 more troops, be my guest. You can have 1 HQ and 12 troops, or 1 HQ and 6 fast attacks, 6 heavy supports, add 2 flyers. You can have 6 Lords of War if you can fit those bastards in there. Who knows? You can have 6 elite spots and 3 additional character elites. This is big if you're like a sisters player like myself, where you can run your hospitaller, dogmata, and something else that are all character stuff, and then still run all of your repentia that you need. And also fortifications are in here too. Flyer limit is still there. Dedicated transport, 1 per infantry. Basically, this is, hey, detachments, cringe. Extremely unbased. Get rid of them. I don't know a single person that will not be running 1 Ark of Omen detachment from here on out. A lot of people would run multiple detachments if they wanted to take things like multiple war bosses, multiple Catan, or if you just really needed to buff up your heavy support and fast attack slots. Now, not only do you have a significantly large amount of said slots, but they also add a stratagem down here, heroic support. It basically allows you to add an additional 1 of those things I just mentioned. You can only run 1 Catan per detachment. No, you can. You can run 2 with 1 CP. 2 war bosses, 2 demon princes, 2 commanders. It allows you to run double up of whatever that thing is per detachment for a single command point. So a lot of people, okay, there is a drastically different decision on how good this is depending on if you are a casual or competitive player. For a casual player, this is great, dude. Let's say you're like a huge White Scars fan, which, awesome. Love the White Scars. Now, if you want to run all bikes, literally pure bikes, you can do it. Take a con on bike, and then bam, triple outrider, and then 3 more fast attack, bam, triple attack bike squad, whatever, I forget the fast attacks. Throw some land speeders in your heavy support. Just be nothing but bikes and speeders. Like, you can do that now. Awesome. Really great idea, great combination, very fluffy. Let's say you're an Iron Hands fan and you just love your dreadnoughts, Now you throw in some I don't know if you can do a dreadnought HQ. I don't know if we have one of those or not, but who cares? Point being, just triple Redemptor, and then like, if you want to run boxy dreadnoughts, screw it, why not? Throw some Contemptors in there, some Ironclads. Dreadnoughts everywhere. Go to town. It's all very, very fun if you have those ideas in your mind as a more fluffy player. However, as great as that is, if you look at it from like a competitive standpoint, this kind of breaks the game. Apparently, GW has this kind of consistent thing where right before a new edition launches, they basically tell you, do whatever the hell you want. 10th edition is right around the corner. Go nuts. So I believe this is the go nuts thing, because most of the time new editions launch, I think in the summer, and they're probably going to have a new one this summer. So this is basically go nuts. And yeah, this is awful for most competitive stuff, in my opinion. Like the new guard stuff, 1 tank commander, 12 Lehman Russes. You're not going to be able to stop that. Like you have not looked down the barrel of 12 Lehman Russ tanks in the new decks. It is ludicrous. Eldar, Craft World Eldar, 4 HQs, like 6 fast attacks. Oh, good golly god. Sisters, Zephyrim, Seraphim, Rets, Cassie, Mortifier maybe. Oh my goodness gracious. It is going to destroy everything. Also, I might be wrong on this one, but if I'm not wrong, I think maybe Lords of War get traits now in this attachment. I might be wrong on that. You can tell me otherwise, but I think if you take like an extra Lord of War down here, it might get like your trait. So, you know, OBSEC monoliths, if that's correct. Honestly, it's one of those things where like, this is great for some casual people who just want to like roll around with their fun idea. But for a competitive thing, I think this totally breaks everything and it causes a ton of problems. It's going to be funny. It's going to be the Wild West for the next 6 months. But, you know, it is what it is. And I think detachments were a flawed system, but this is basically just like removing the system. So I'm a little iffy on this whole situation, but we'll see how it pans out. I might be a little bit more doom and gloom than it actually is. We'll find out very shortly. Couple other things, though, that might be a little bit crazier. First things first, if you scroll your way down here, there's a Battle Brothers thing. This basically allows you to ally in certain stuff depending on your faction. These are just a few of the options, as it says here, because, I mean, if it was just Tzeentch and not Death Guard and Emperor's Children, that'd be pretty dumb, or Thousand Sons, I mean. It allows you to basically take a patrol of, you know, Thousand Sons with Tzeentch, Gene Stealer cults with, you know, Brood Brothers, Imperium with Freeblade, and Voton. Little bit interesting there. I wonder if they'll let Eldar and Tau take Voton also, because Voton are kind of out and about. You know, they kind of help a lot of people. I'm very curious about that one. Though, if I'm not mistaken, 1 patrol of Voton means you do not get judgment tokens, which is a huge part of the army. You know, like it's judgment tokens, like it's half the reason the army is so ridiculous. But I also don't know if there are any armies in the game that would not want 18 Voton bikes. So we will see. Death Guard and Nurgle, all that stuff probably. I'm sure Tyranids can bring in Gene Stealer cults and all that kind of stuff. Pretty classic. I'm sure Necrons get nothing because they shouldn't, because, you know, they are the CEO of racism. But we'll see. Also, something that a lot of people kind of gloss over that might be a little bit crazy. Strategic reserves are free. This is going to make, I think, a pretty big game of chicken, because you can reserve up to, I don't know, half of your army. 50% of your army can just be off the board. And I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like it's going to create a really weird, like, you go, kind of back and forth thing, which might be good for some games, but it's stressful. I don't know about you, but it stresses me the fuck out when I have a strategic reserve, stuff like that. It's also going to make anything. Oh God, Guard's going to get even better. Guard have an order that makes it so that you can't come in within 12. Oh goodness, just shove them in the front. Can't come within 12, and then force them all to deploy in the deployment zone a whole turn late. Eesh. Oh God. But yeah, I don't know about that one. I gotta be honest. The things I'm reading here are a little bit spooky. Now, there's going to be new secondary objective changes. There's obviously going to be points, which I care the most about, if I'm being honest. I care about the point changes by far the most. Secondary changes are great too, but I don't know. I care more about the stuff I can maybe I'm weird this way. I care more about the things I can bring than I care about the rules I have. Like, I like playing Voton. I think they're actually quite fun, but their secondaries suck balls, but I don't really care. That being said, Emperor's Children has the coolest sounding secondary in the game. Adorn the Canvas Eclectic. Such a cool goddamn name, I swear. But, you know, like my sister's secondaries are insane, and they can get nerfed probably pretty well. Same with Necrons. But along with some new changes to the data slate and also some point changes, this really does feel like, fuck it, you know, just do what you want, you know, bring whatever you want, like maybe not too much, you know, no, you can't have 7 fast attack, but you can have 6. Unfortunately, they're still making you pay CP for your first Warlord trait and Relic, which was the most universally hated decision ever, and I can't believe they kept that in. I guess they thought like, oh, it won't be so bad anymore because those that have to take 2 detachments aren't going to be punished, which, like, yeah, sure, but I never did. I only ever took battalions. So, damn it. I still have like 0 CP starting if I play Sisters or Night Lords. Well, so yeah. The game is going to be the Wild West for the next 6 months. Enjoy it while you can. Have fun. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. And hopefully with those 6 months, people won't find the most bullshit ideas. And if they do, well, they do, and we're gonna have an interesting time. Best of luck, everybody. I don't like the change a whole lot, but 10th is around the corner, so you know what? Fuck it. We'll do it live.